Hello YouTube and welcome. Thank you for joining me for another video. Now in today's video I'll be telling you how that app that you just downloaded onto your Amazon Fire TV or your Amazon Fire Stick just gave hackers permission to take all of your information. I'll go into detail, but before I do, I want to remind everyone, check the description. There's going to be a link to my merch store. I'd appreciate it if you bought something. It helps support the channel and it's got some cool items there. Now on to the video. Now, ADB debugging, every video that's out there, a lot of these channels are pretty big channels where they tell you how to get an app or tell you how to get a store or tell you how to watch certain things on your Amazon Fire Stick for free. And one of the first instructions that they give you is to go to your settings and turn ADB debugging on. Now, it's off by default. And everyone does it. I mean, I've watched those videos too, and I've always cringed at that moment because I always wondered, does this person that's doing the video know what that's doing, which is dangerous, or this person that's doing the video not know what that's doing, which is even more dangerous? Now, we'll define ADB debugging. ADB debugging is an Android debug bridge, and this is from Amazon's App Store on how to connect if you are a developer. Now what that does, it connects the development computer to that desired device. And it's for installing apps, testing apps, debugging your apps, and having full access to that device. If you were an app developer and you wanted to develop an app, you'd have the Android software development kit and you would turn on debugging and you could put that app on your Fire device. You could tinker with it. You can debug it and figure it out and get it to working good. Now, what's wrong with that, right? Here is the problem. This is from an article and it's talking about Kodi, but Kodi is one of the ways that people install apps on their Fire Stick. It's not the only way. There's File Linked or whatever that is. I highly caution you from doing that, because to install that you need to enable Android Debug Bridge, which is the ADB we just spoke about. And as part of the bridge, it opens up port 5555 so that it can report back to that computer, so that computer can then install the app that you're trying to get. And this port stays open even when you're not using your Fire Stick. This makes the Amazon Fire Stick vulnerable. Anyone with a laptop or port scanning software and the ability to use it can in theory look for and peek at open ports on any device. Normally the Fire Stick doesn't have any open ports, but when you turn on that ADB debugging, it leaves port 5555 open, which is susceptible to scanning and therefore an ADB miner. Now what a miner does, it digs for information. The term miner, it digs for information. What information could you give on your Fire Stick, right? Let's talk about that. First off, your password to Amazon. Second off, your credit card information, because you had to put in a credit card to set that Amazon up. Thirdly, access to every device on your network, because now that Fire device, whether it's a Fire TV, whether it's a Fire Stick, it is connected to another computer somewhere. Now, it was presented to you as a connection just to get you that app, but that connection stays open. So that miner software that could be ran on that bridge computer, wherever it is, that miner software can dig through that device and find what it's looking for. Again, that could be your passwords. That could be a list of all your devices. That could be your credit card. That could be your personal information, your address. So everything that they want to get from you, they can get, and you've given them permission to do so by following this guy on YouTube who's telling you your first step is to go into your settings and turn on Android debugging. ADB debugging, which is a high security risk. And if you've done it, you can go back in and turn that back off immediately. Because if you ever wondered how your information got stolen, this is one of the possible culprits, okay? Now, just poking around, I wanted to see what people could do with it. And here's just a look at some of the complete ADB debugging commands that they can run. Not only can they list devices, connect to other devices, start web servers, start a background terminal, and with that terminal open, they have commands that they can issue. They can issue commands to your device. They can issue commands to other devices to do things without you being involved at all. And now it's not only while you're watching TV. Once you've turned on ADB debugging, that device is connected to the bridge that we talked about. And that bridge is operating whether you're watching TV or not. That bridge is operating whether you're watching TV or not. And any connected device is also become vulnerable because they can get information from that and they can direct commands to it. You got package installers, pathways that can be ran. You can have access to the SD card, copy a file or a whole complete directory from your device to that bridge computer that you've allowed access to. And just poking around again in Google, I wanted to see, and I typed in a search, can hackers use ADB debugging? I encourage you to do this too. This search pulled up 967,000 results of how-to instructions on how somebody can use ADB debugging to connect to devices that have that turned on. There's one right there. How to hack an Android device with ADB debugging. So, again, do whatever you want. Go ahead. That's up to you. However, if you're using an Amazon Fire Stick and you're here on YouTube and you're watching one of those videos where they tell you, today I'm going to show you how to get this or get that or do this or do that, and that first step involves turning on ADB debugging, stop right there. Again, guys, this is just a rant for today. Hopefully this helps someone out. Please remember to check out my merch store. It helps support the channel. It keeps me going. And I'm sure you'll find something cool. I'll see you in the next video.